Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back to day 11 of the 100k Ftmo challenge live stream. Looks like we had over 100 points of movement in London session. So we may or may not be taking a trade today. We're just going to watch it play out and be very careful. We're in a very weird spot where it could go either way. We could either see this dig a lot further down, and let me pull this over so you can see into this. We got really close to this. Let me show you. Literally within 20 points, so it may want to revisit that before going up, or we could see it pump straight up into this 4 hour, let's see, what is this, 531, 64, it's close to a fair value gap. It's about 30 points, so we'll call it a fair value gap. But this 4 hour sell side, 4 hour fair value gap here, we're only about 25 points away from that, so it's very likely that it'll go up at least here. Also, this is the premium line of this daily busy that it's digging into. Let me pull this over so y'all can see it. I could take this daily block away since we've kind of, well, I don't know, the bodies of the candles are respecting it, so that's interesting to see. And notice too that the reason I chose this is because it's got the lowest bodied candle in this swing here. And I mean, we could even go down to here, but let's keep it up there. I'm going to take it off for now, or at least hide it, and that's just going to make our charts a little bit more clean. We're well below midnight open. The chances are pretty high that we're going to see at least halfway down this wick. These wicks like to get filled, and that's going to be interesting to see after equity open what happens. Could potentially see something like this. Looks like we're up into a 15-minute fair value gap. And then around lunchtime, spike the low. If you don't see something like that, then we're definitely going to have continued downside for the day. Although I tend to think that Wednesday New York session here is going to be forming the low. If you notice, the high of the week was formed, well, so far it was formed by Sunday. Monday didn't even get up there, so it's Sunday straight down, which actually could, I mean, if you turn this around, could let us see something like this. Bam. Just got to be really careful. In the AM session after London, that's moved significantly. We've taken some important sell-side liquidity from this run right here. So the question becomes, is it done with sell-side? I mean, we've got potentially it could be, but we've got this little swing low over here, order block area. Yeah, so we're going to be really careful today. I know I say that all the time, but I'm serious. We've got to really watch it today. The safest move really would probably be to wait till the afternoon session, honestly. But since we've started the stream, I mean, there's really, we don't have a choice. It's either find something or don't. So I'm going to start marking out our pre-equity areas. Obviously we've taken sell side already, so we'll just leave that up right here. I think if we can get a strong close, like an actual candle to close above these lows, and above these lows as well, that would be a good indication that we're probably having a smart money reversal here. You've got some nearly equal, let's actually check this out and see what this is. 11,585.6. 11,585.4. Yeah, all right, so here above midnight open we've got equal highs. Does it want to attack that right away in the morning session? You know, that remains to be seen. But they are there. So for me, I think that's the most obvious buy-side liquidity there, besides this guy down here. We're not going to mark this out because it's so close to the daily busy premium. Fix that there. Yeah, so if this gets swept, I mean, this will absolutely get touched, so this will be our buy side. Got about $2,300 to go on our challenge to pass it, so we could hit that today, or it might be broken up into chunks, but we've got until the 15th, which is next Thursday, to pass this. Got about 20 minutes to equity open. Good to see some really aggressive chop. At least that's what I'm expecting. Right now I'm just doing some Asian range flout and CBDR projections to see where we might be looking for the high or the low of the day. Just marking out the overlap here. I'm going to take off that bearish order block because it's almost guaranteed to come up another 20 points and hit this premium of the high time frame daily busy. We've got a confluence area around here as well. So yeah, I mean, everything looks like it's setting up for a midweek reversal type situation where we reverse on Wednesday morning in New York. But we got to be careful because Sunday's open was basically the high of the week, which in most cases is typically straight down until Friday. So I don't hold a clear daily bias here. I'm just going to try to play out whatever I see that's, you know, if the YouTube model shows up after equity open, we'll take it. So yeah, I mean, that looks like it could be a projected high of the day. The daily range has only been about 200 something recently. And that's 219 points from low to high, or projected high. So that would be interesting to see. And the way I got to this was just by finding the obvious overlap between the Asian range projections, standard deviations if you will, in the CBDR, which is the central bank dealing range, and the flout, which is finding liquidity on unexpected, finding liquidity on, I forget what he calls it, unexpected traders, I suppose. And then notice here yesterday's, let me see, what is this, 8:30? Yesterday's, right after equity open, we've got this fair value gap here. And in fact, let me go up to the 1 hour and see where the 1 hour fair value gaps are. Well, that turns it into a 1 hour SIBI, but there's a fair value gap right here inside of our projected high of the day. So we're going to move that down. Yep, just like that. $136 points away from that. From the equal highs, about 85 points definitely doable. This is also a breaker here. This guy right here. And then how far above the equal highs could it go? Another 50 points, so also doable. No fair value gaps on the hourly below price. And also we've taken some pretty strong liquidity. Again, if you're just joining, the purple boxes are the projected low, high, and low of the day, which looks pretty good so far. We've got a strong 15-minute close above these lows here, and I believe that was above, yeah, above the bodies of these candles over here. Also, this busy premium line is sitting up here, so all in all, looks pretty good. Got about 8 minutes to equity open. Ideal situation would be something like this. Probably dick around in there for a while. Come on up for the day. Bam. In the day like that. Just what I see is probable. Doesn't mean it has to happen. Let's go see if ES is taking its low. Looks like there's some, yeah, so it was definitely taken, but it looks like there's some more downside for potentially here. So we're going to be super careful. Okay, let's see what we get. We got about 5 minutes to go. Okay, we've got about 1 minute to go. So I've entered long. We should at least see it go hit that busy. I want to be real careful about what I'm doing here. And I may scratch early if I need to. Order flow is looking bullish, and we're right below this busy premium, but it could just shit the bed from here before it goes up there, so we got to be real careful. I think about less than 1% risk on here. And I like how it's treating this fair value gap so far. And the 30-second looks nice, but you just never know, guys. You gotta be careful. Some nearly equal highs here we're about to breach. Okay, so we've tapped into that. See if we can make it back up to equity open, potentially. Went ahead and closed out here because we've just touched this fair value gap. It's probably going to rocket ship up though. I'll re-enter on a actually it looks like we could get in again right here. It's going for this buy side up here. Some quick scalps. Okay, so we've made back all of our loss from last week. And we're close enough to midnight open that I want to wait and see what happens here. Again, guys, I'm not holding anything until we get good conditions again. I don't want to fucking hold that. So I'm content with just scalping these little tiny hyper scalps. Just barely reached. And I might rebuy if we come down again into a retracement into one of these. But I want to be careful about that. Yeah, we made a mistake there. Jumping in at the top. Well, it looks like it might work out. Yeah, I might want to jump out here if we can't see some upside real quick. Oh, just watching how the 15 seconds treating this fair value gap. Yeah, I don't like this. Woo! Okay, so exiting there. Which is fine. Thought we could get up a little bit further, but it's maybe not the case. Well, five-minute fair value gap here, so we'll just probably have to wait. Unless that was the high of the day. There's this little gap here inside of an order block, right in the equity open area. Actually, there's two gaps. Back into this breaker. Whoops. Did I click the buy button? Oh no. Shit, guys, I meant to short here at this fair value gap. Oh no. Well, that's terrible. Okay, we gotta fix that. Close this out. That was terrible. We gotta fix that. We may be getting wrecked here today, y'all. I meant to short there at this fair value gap when it entered, and I hit the buy button like a dumbass, so I'm sorry about that. We may be able to recover potentially. That was dumb of me. Okay, so we're recovered. Let's see if we can pull something off here. Although, wow, sorry about the mistake there, guys. So I wanted to short this here, and I clicked the buy button. You see this little guy right here? On the, you gotta be careful, y'all. So you see we had this fair value gap here, and we went down significantly, quite a ways. Now we're entering another. Well, that was unfortunate. Let's see if we drive a little bit further down. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we basically got close enough to where we were the other day. I feel so stupid about clicking the wrong button on that, but we fixed it, thank God. And it looks like it's continuing down for sell side, but you never know. This could just be one giant retracement here. Yeah, guys, that was scary. Make sure you click the right button. Yeah, we're probably going to see more downside. Well, potentially not. Okay, so we've swept above all this. We've come back down into the halfway point. Could go long here inside this fair value gap. Although I just don't know if it's done with it. Let's check the 5 minute. Oh, potentially. So we got down in here. $25 pips away, puts us not really where we need to be for the stop loss though. And we've also got this here, so if we see a return up to the 87s, that could be a good place to short again. With the expectation that we'll just see down for the rest of the week. Thanks for hanging out with me while we fixed that mistake. That was kind of crazy. So I guess we're gonna leave this alone up here, maybe. I've got an hourly candle coming up, so it's always best to wait on that. Although this looks like it could, let's see what's the highs here, 579. 511. That doesn't make sense. 11, 511. Really? Oh, it's because I'm over here, that's why. Some really tricky looking price action there. If you notice, I've just been jumping in hyper scalping on the way up. That's what we did, because the first 2 minutes of equity open, usually when it forms like this, the first 2 minutes typically form the high, and then it just shits the bed from there. So I had to be really careful on the way up, which is why I was just getting out super early. And then like I tried to short this here and click the buy button like a dumbass. I don't know if you guys can see this. This one right here was beautiful. It looked just beautiful, and that would have been nice. But we fixed our mistake, so no big deal. Doesn't always work out like that. And now we're just going to hang out for about 5 minutes and see what this hourly candle does. You know, in all likelihood, it could come down, you know, another 50 points while we're waiting, which would suck. But, you know, it is what it is. So we saw this retracement down into a, here, let me go to the 1 minute so I can show you what we were looking at. We saw this retracement down here into, so sell side's been taken, buy side was taken here, pre-equity buy side was taken, we came down, retraced, I did a quick scalp here, and when it almost came and touched here, I scalped to buy another one. We exited right around here at midnight open, a little bit early just to be safe, and then we watched it shit the bed. I bought like a dumbass here by accident. I meant to click the sell button, but we fixed it quickly, so we lost like $1,000. Went short right around here, rode this, and then exited as it was coming down into here. So that's what we've done so far for the day, and we're about 100, 120-ish away from our all-time high, equity high, which is okay. You know, if I don't get something super clear, I'd be all right with just waiting till tomorrow, and we just chalk this up to a mistake for the day. But let's just see. We got about 2 minutes till the next hourly candle. Okay, yeah, so looking here, we just barely got the buy side up here. So downside is probably the next. There's going to go take this sell side liquidity down here. Whether it does it before we can get in is the question. Let's find out what that looks like. Got about a minute. We could see a return to this breaker here. That would be a good short setup, although it might take a while to do that. Oh, look at that. Look what this candle's doing. Gonna be a straight down hourly candle? Potentially. Looks like it, yeah. I'm not going to rush in and chase price. That's what I would have done in the past. $58. Pretty wild day so far. Let's see if we can get a top on this 1 hour candle. That'll also allow us to wait for a second to see if this is actually just going to run up from here. Okay, so we could have a YouTube model playing out at the breaker for a short, that is. If we measure from here to here. Could enter short around here. But then we'd need to be real careful because it could just have formed the low of the day already. In fact, what we can do is trade up into this. We can ride this. Potentially ride our way up into the breaker. This fair value gap here. Which is what we're doing right now. And I will go to break even-ish. Lose like $50, that'd be fine. Well, if the breaker fails, then that's in our favor. There's this little gap up here. Though I think I want to close most of this. Could be going for buy side over here, but it's more likely that it's just, yeah. Let's close this out. Okay, so that was nice, and obviously the reason for taking that buy there was we bought right around this area here, expecting a return up into this breaker area, and now who knows what could happen from here. Because we're inside this gap at the halfway point. This looks, you know, this would be like your standard YouTube model short. But again, I'm being very careful because we took some significant buy side. We've been going down for the past 4 days. You got your, you know, possibility of a midweek reversal here. And we barely swept the buy side, so it could be that we come right back up. Maybe down here first. But look at that, we're only 1,200 now away from, even with the mistake we made today, we're only 1,200 away from passing the challenge. That's great. It's awesome. Got really lucky today. Tried to buy this by accident. Yeah, it's looking good so far. Hey, are we turtle souping the breaker? That'd be an interesting move. Although on the hourly here, if you notice, 11,529 is probably the next area that we're looking to go to, or at least dig up into it a little bit. Potentially not. We're inside an hourly fair value gap here. This is one of those tricky ones, guys, because again, you know, this real strong sell side taken already. Been going down for the past 3 or 4 days. Middle of the week. But we do have like the buy side taken, break in market structure, return to fair value gap right at the 50% mark. So you know what? Yeah. Let's see what the 30-second is telling us. Back up into this. Let's go short here, y'all. Well, that was definitely the right move. Don't want to lose any equity. Also want to close most of this. Locked in 9,200, that's great. We're almost to the challenge. If we can get some downside here, we will have passed. Close enough. The reason I closed is because we have this here, this retest that's happening right now. See? We'll go with the lower size here. And get in again. See what we got going on here. We gotta get out of this. Wait for it to test this breaker again, I suppose. And also on the 1 minute, it's got to come up to the fair value gap, so it's a good play to get out. And now we can consider probably getting one more time short, potentially. Get back up close to it. Yep, there you go. Retest of the breaker inside of this fair value gap. Ooh, look at that. Good thing we got out of that real quick. Well, let's just give this a second. See what's happening here. Look at that pump. My goodness. Yeah, so we made the right move jumping out of our little short there. We got real close, super close to passing the challenge here, but I don't want to fuck that up. So. New 15-minute candle coming in soon. Could sell from here. Which may not have been the best idea. No, look at that. See if we can exit this breaker on the 15-minute candle. Oh, that doesn't look good for the 15-minute. I don't like that at all. In fact, yeah, I want out of this. Get out of that. Goodness gracious. You see, I like to change my mind a lot. Ooh. Taking some heat here. Took buy side to get into this thing here, this order block, and now we're in a little fair value gap, but I don't know about this, y'all. It's looking pretty suspect for upside still, potentially, unless we can get a stream down from here. Then yeah, we're probably wrong. Because we still haven't taken the sell side. Ooh. Revisiting the premium is probably what's happening here. Yeah. We may need to get out of this, y'all. Let's see what happens. If we can stream down from here, we'll be okay. But I'm not sure about it. The YouTube model says sell short, so that's what we're doing. We were kind of scalping our way up into this breaker when I thought it was going to fail, but could just be that we're forming the bottom of this 15-minute here. And if we can get the downside, we'll be close to passing our challenge again. So we're above, let's see, where's my stop? Lose about 250 bucks if we're wrong. I'm gonna see it stream down from here, or we got some problems. So we swept the buy side inside of this, but we didn't come up all the way back to retest the premium, which is causing me some concern here. Well, let's see what we get on this hourly. Okay, it's looking good so far. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully. Oh, look at that. Reduce our stop a little bit. It's just really dicking around here, so if we can sweep these lows, we will have passed our challenge. I'm gonna close 15. And we gotta go down from here or we're wrong. Seems like it's taking a little while to play out. Okay, so if we get a sweep of the lows, we should be getting pretty damn close to passing the challenge here, but sure is taking its sweet time, and it could just reverse on us from here. Although it doesn't look likely on the 1 minute, so we'll just be patient, hang out for a bit. So another 50 pips or so, which would put us around right below this low that formed overnight. Although we're just losing our equity here. The price is being very obstinate. And it could be that the low is just being defended. Eked out another $80 or so. It's like $100 maybe. $46. So yeah, made a mistake for the day. Went long when we should have gone short by accident and clicked the wrong button. Fixed it. Got some downside off this YouTube model, which seems for some reason to be failing now, or just chopping around. If you notice, we took buy side up here, breaking market structure down here, and then right around the 50% of this displacement leg, we've got fair value gap, which we've gone into multiple times, retracing up into that again. I tend to think that we're just going to defend this low and keep going up from here. It seems likely. It didn't, not so much when we were down here, but with this price action coming up for another leg, it's quite likely that we'll at least come retest this busy premium line, and of course that's also a retest of this fair value gap. So yeah, that's what we're likely to see. Just formed a new 15-minute candle as well. Look at that. I'm going to short here, and if we're wrong, we're going to be wrong immediately. I may have gotten in a little early, actually. Yeah, I did. No. Should be onside. Yeah, we're just short. Should be onside, y'all. From here. That'll put us in the challenge. There we go. So we got our stop right above the EQ of the breaker. 500, well, close enough. Let's let that breathe a little bit. Price action's being very difficult right now, but the idea is shorting from this original sell side fair value gap model. We just need to see a break of the downside. This low resistance liquidity run here needs to break, and then we'll be done for the challenge. Probably leave this fair value gap alone, potentially. Looks like we're getting it. We'll just have to see. Huh. Just back and forth, y'all. Look at this chop, 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 chop. Yeah, that's why I jumped out of that scalp. So I went back in, but with the, since we're on a continuation, I went in with a lower position size, which is okay, no big deal. And now we're just targeting lows here, unless this is a seek and destroy model where it will just come down past this low and then back up again. But the 15-minute looks pretty good for continue down. Potentially, let's see. It's just this constant back and forth garbage that's driving me nuts. Look at this bullshit, y'all. Five-minute looks good to go down more. I just don't want to get trapped in a retracement. We're already so close to passing. See it pumping right now? This does look very seek and destroy-ish to me. Like, take the high, get close, take the low, come back up in the middle of the range. This would be a very hard day for anybody. Look at it pump now. This stuff is always just so exhausting. It just makes you question everything. And you've seen us go back and forth just scalping in these, these different ideas here. But we do have swing high, broken, breaking market structure again down here. Now the problem with that is if it's seek and destroy, then it's the opposite, right? So you want to be buying below old lows, selling above old highs. Regardless of the direction that you think it's going to go. Looks like we could just be getting a break or retest into this fair value gap, but let's see what happens. Like all this here, like all this could have just been forming the low of the hourly candle. Excuse me. We're about $520 from passing the challenge, which is great. And we got so close, it's probably still going to come up one more time into this. Last week's low's been taken. The last 3 weeks' lows have been taken. So we may have been flirting with disaster going short, even with the model showing up, and it seems like it is potentially done with sell side for the time being. Like, instead of shorting here, you'd expect it to close in and then come up, and you know, we haven't had a retest since we've dipped through. We haven't retested this premium again, which is interesting. And we basically had like 15 minutes left in our trade window, so let's see here. Now we do, a couple days from now, we've got some sort of economic driver coming up. Forget what it is. Let me go look at it real quick, actually. It's just taking a while to load. Give me a second. Okay, so nothing for tomorrow. But on Friday, we have core PPI. That's early in the morning, and then consumer sentiment. So yeah, that's definitely something that could happen. Sorry for the yawning. I didn't get much sleep last night, everybody. That's probably why I pushed the buy button instead of the sell button before. Excuse me. Okay, so we're so close to a new hourly candle. We've taken significant sell side. We've done what looks like an OTE, basically. I don't know if you can see that. Let me go to the 5-minute. Yeah, see us pumping up through this breaker again. Probably going to go up and retest this. Look at that price action, y'all. That's just fucking garbage. Look at that garbage. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And you've got this OTE with the FEGs in here. Swept sell side. Back down into an order block. Excuse me. And now we're looking to go take buy side again, most likely. At least up into here. So it could give me a reason to long. But we probably missed our best long opportunity. Well, maybe not. Let's see. I haven't taken the buy side on that yet. I'm gonna go ahead and enter a buy real quick, just to scout. Get a little closer to our goal. So it should at least come above here. And at least up to here. So again, we're targeting the premium line, basically, is what we're doing. But if it retraces sharply, then I don't want to be in that. Like what it's doing right now. If we can't rocket ship up from here, then I'm going to exit this little scalp. Okay, there's the rocket ship, everybody. Back up to the premium. Where is my position? Right there. Getting pretty damn close to passing this challenge. I'm not gonna fuck around at the end of this, so see, look at it come all the way. It could still continue going up, and it likely will. Good enough for me so far. Alright, y'all, so we are, let's see, about $120 away from passing this challenge. Which is pretty nice. It's nice to see. Well, let's see, it looks like it'll do a little retracement, probably come back down at least to tap this. Oh, maybe not. Look at that. I hope y'all like the music. I've been trying to keep it the same every stream, so it may be getting old by now for y'all. Go ahead and hop in again. Watch it go pump up, hopefully. Whoops. If it comes to retest the busy while we're in this, that would be a problem. But the more likely move, it seems like it's just going to continue up to the, at least this high up here, potentially. Maybe not. Yeah, let's get out of that. This is the danger of continuation scalping. And I'm also being pretty aggressive because I've only got 5 minutes left, so. Yeah, look, it's gonna go retest this guy right here. Well, maybe not. Oh, and I'm also on the 15 seconds, so that's always kind of wild. It makes you second guess yourself. Although that looks pretty good. This little gap here. Seems like it might want to come down here at some point. We did all right, y'all. And we lost, what was that? 115, no big deal. Let's see how close we are. 200 something. Yeah, 237 away from passing the challenge. Unless we make some fucked up mistake. You know, I'd like to pass it today, but even being so close, you know, the rules are the rules, so I was being super fucking aggressive. It's probably not the best idea for us to do, just because my trade window is from like 7:30 in the morning a.m. my time central to 10 o'clock central, and we're about 3 minutes away from that. At the end of an hour, the new hourly candle. Still haven't retested this busy premium line either. And if we were to buy here and this was just a turtle soup of this, like a OTE this way, that'd be an issue for us too. Although I tend to think with the confluence that we saw on the flout and the CBDR and everything, the high of the day is probably still in play. We're just gonna have to wait and find that out. But for the meantime, it looks like it's just stalling here. So once you've seen price play out long enough, you'll notice like on the ends of the time frames, like the end of a 15-minute or particularly the end of an hour, more so the hour candle, you'll see like this last push. In the last 5 minutes, you'll see a strong push all the way up, or it will just retrace 20, 15, 20, sometimes 30 points and wait for the next hourly. It seems like we're getting the second version of that. We have about 10 seconds left. The reason I'm not rushing into this is because there's no bottom on this hourly candle. And you know, while that can happen from time to time, like this right here, you guys see this? There's no top on this one. It's pretty rare, especially at this time of day. All right. And look, we just took buy-side liquidity here. Although I tend to think this is going to get taken out. I don't know if y'all can see this. This guy right here. All in all, pretty seek and destroy ish looking conditions on the day. We got lucky to recover our stupid mistake. I clicked the wrong button twice. Put in like a 50 lot going the wrong way. And we took like $1,000 loss. But we fixed it, so no big deal. And now we're, with all the scalping we've been doing, we're about 220 points, or excuse me, $220 away from passing this challenge. But my trade window is over. So, you know, from what we see here, it looks like this fair value gap is holding, but I would not be surprised to see what we're looking for here, which is this guy right here. Maybe even something like that throughout lunch, and then like one last push up after lunch. And then like form the high of the day around 2 p.m. or so. Right. Either within the next hour or near the end of the day. And again, we got to be super careful of this. Let's go up to the daily, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right. You probably don't want to be shorting that until you see something pretty clear buy side taken up here. And this could just be forming a daily SIBI, because tomorrow we could get some chop, and then Friday we've actually got, you know, Monday and Friday are the only days this week that have an economic news release. And even if we look at the 4 hour here, yeah, look at that. Considering that the projected high of the day is up here from the flout and the CBDR projections that we did, that purple zone right there. Also on like the hourly or the 15-minute, there's this fair value gap that's yet to be touched. The let me come down to the hours so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, there you go. And then we'll remove all this. You see how we just barely took buy side? If we can get some sort of tail on this hourly candle, that'd be nice to see, because then I'd be more confident in taking a little long scalp on the premise that we're coming up into the high of the day. Sweep buy side a little bit stronger than we had, because we took it by like 1/4 of a point basically. And then you've got this here, and then obviously this 4 hour, 1 hour and 4 hour, oops, this thing right here. So on the 1 hour, you got your SIBI, and you got your 1 hour fair value gap inside of the area that we've projected for the high of the day. And with us taking the past 3 weeks lows on this daily candle, I mean, it's pretty obvious where it wants to go from here. But can it retest this busy line before it does it? I don't know. That remains to be seen. See that wick up there? Looks like we're not gonna get a bottom on this candle. Look, yeah, look at that. It starts pumping. Here's our order block over here. If that fails, that'll tell us a lot about what's about to go down. Which I think it will. It should fail. At least get a wick down below to touch this. Look how garbage all this was, y'all. Look at this garbage. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. We made money in here, but it was pretty difficult. Here's that retest we've been waiting for. Block failed like we expected. So now we're down into this area. This could have just been a turtle soup, but I think that's doubtful. I'd like to see this swing high get broken right here. If we can get a displacement leg with a fair value gap, this swing high get broken, come back down into the fair value gap to tap this as support, then I'll take a long. That's what I'm waiting on. Got something close to that, but it doesn't look very good on upside. We got like a return to the breaker. But, you know, I don't know if that's going to hold. Considering it's not the highest point of, you know, all this price action here. We're gonna sell this, and hopefully it doesn't rocket ship on us from here, which it looks like it might do, but I expect this breaker to fail, which is why I'm selling it. My best opportunity to sell was up here at this premium. but I expect it to at least go for these equal lows right here. Which it looked like it just did. I gotta be super careful here. Super careful. Yeah, I was just sold into the... That doesn't look good. I think we got in a little bit early, so we're gonna see if this continues downward. Expecting this breaker to fail, so if we don't, then we know what's going on. We are selling into a 5-minute fair value gap with an order block here, so I gotta be super fucking careful about that too. We may have done ourselves in here, y'all. Okay, so we passed the challenge here, and that's all we needed. We're at 10,000. TP hit, breaker failed. We were right on that one. Seems pretty much like we're just going to chop around from here. We don't need to trade anymore, obviously. We've passed our, I think we had 11 days of live streaming, 10 days of actually trading. And yeah, so that's good, man. Congratulations to us. Thanks for hanging in there in between the losses and the wins. You know, it got kind of crazy for a second there. And yeah, I appreciate y'all being with me. What I'm going to do is make a few short videos, like some reels and stuff like that, out of the highlights of each day, and I'll be posting those on the channel. And then, you know, the next few videos I make will probably be regarding my system and my tools that I've been using, so you guys can see how easy it is to build that. And yeah, it took me a little bit longer than it usually does to pass this damn thing with the streaming and live trade restrictions, but yeah, we did great. We did really good today. So thanks for being with me. We're going to end the stream, and just expect future videos to drop shortly. And we'll see you soon. Thanks.